everybody, welcome back. It's been a while since we've done something like this. Welcome back to the Homeowner Diary series. This is a series on my channel where I showcase the physical changes in my house as well as track my changes as a homeowner physically and also mentally and emotionally, because sometimes I have really high days when it comes to being a homeowner and sometimes we have some really low lows. I detail things such as finances, decorating, you know the vibe. Starting off strong, we're actually painting. I know, who would have thought? And we're gonna start this with a bang. Today's biggest goal is to paint my bonus/podcast/hobby room. It took one day to paint it, but it took 2 days to make sure everything got put into place, and I decided to start putting accents down immediately in terms of wood panels, taking the masking tape down, and also putting up some little pieces. So after a few finishing touches with those mini projects, the room was done and ready to be shared with you all. After a long day, we have finally made it to the end. I honestly love it so much. Like, it's exactly how I wanted it to look in my head, and I love any time that I do something with design and it comes exactly to fruition and how I wanted it. It's just so good. Let me show you. Oh my god, I love it. Like, it's so perfect. I do have a few pieces of artwork that I want to put up in here, such as one of my photography photos I took, because I do photography in my free time. So I like to print out my own prints and stuff because I personally like my work that much. And if you go throughout my house, I have quite a few prints around my house that are mine, which is like subtle flex. I wanted to do like a collage wall. I saw the term like museum of me on Pinterest, and I thought it would just be a bunch of things that I like, things I'm interested in. So it'll be a collection of new things / old things, represent who I am and what I like. I'm really glad I picked the one that I did because it's really freaking good. Like, I'm genuinely in love with it. Like, it's exactly how I wanted it to look. I was a little scared I was gonna make the wrong paint decision, but I'm glad I picked the one that I did. So we're starting this video off with a literal bang. New room is here, and also I wanted to show you my wood panels behind me in detail because they are in fact up and gorgeous and amazing. I don't think this is gonna be the final state of this behind me because I do want to put some floating shelves so I can put my Funko Pops, fake plants, probably some tiny little photos and things like that to really just personalize in here, because I have personalized in here a lot. The little things really make a space what it is, and I think my house as a whole just feels like a big fat reflection of me, and I'm just very happy with how everything turned out today. Even if something as small as this, I feel like it changed the vibes in here completely. Not to spoil anything, but I think next year or so I'm gonna end up getting a new couch and a new rug. I'm basically doing all the prerequisites to getting stuff like that, so I'm decorating based on those two things that I want. Wait, I want to show my outfit. Hold this. Make sure I'm slaying, okay? Why are you holding it like that?
I'm holding it exactly how you handed it to me.
What's it do?
Sexy. Ready to spend some money.
Have a good night. I got a package today. As we all know, Aaliyah collects vinyl. It's one of the very few things I collect. I got a new vinyl today. The album was such a big moment in pop culture and in my childhood, so I had to get it on vinyl. And considering we're approaching the holiday season, it's absolutely perfect. I feel like All I Want for Christmas Is You and Mistletoe are like the Christmas songs, and considering I feel like I just grew up with this album over Mariah Carey's because like I was a little girl in the 2000s and 2010s, like why wouldn't I grow up with this more than Mariah Carey? Mistletoe was like the second Christmas song. They also have All I Want for Christmas Is You with Mariah Carey on here, so a win is a win. We went ahead and picked up my prints from CVS, and I'm sitting here looking at these prints and they're a really weird size. I don't know how to feel about them. I mean, I have them printed, so I'm gonna use them one way or another. I printed 2 of my favorite photographs from when I was in Europe that I took myself. Not to be annoying, but I did take these. This isn't the full photo because it cropped weird, but we have this picture. I think this was in Paris. I'm pretty sure that looks Parisian. You know, I just realized they printed these backwards. Back is glossy and the front is matte. I have this other print that's also from Paris from a pizza shop I saw in a corner, and I think these are gonna complement the podcast room very well. Good morning, girly pops. It's a new day. I wanted to come in and say, hey, I actually just left a nail appointment because I chipped my nail trying to get tape off the window because I jumped to go get it, missed the tape, and slammed my thumb into the wall, and it broke my nail naturally. But today's a really big work day, and if you ever wonder how I fund doing said home projects and decorating, it's working. I'm actually filming a ad for Naked Smoothie today because I've been working with them literally almost all year at this point. I think since like March or April, I believe. I'm filming an ad for them, so we have to go around town, get some shots. I have outfit changes, so it's gonna be a really good time. I don't know if I told you, but the actual like black shelves in my shower broke. They literally fell off the wall. They held up for almost 3 years, like literally more than 2.5 years. That's something that I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix, and also get the adhesive off of my shower wall, but that's a literal different problem for a different day. So I got batteries because I literally never have batteries at home. I also got the hooks to install the lamps on the ceiling. You literally just screw these in with your hand and call it a day. Probably gonna tear up my ceiling, but I don't really care. Just these clear clips by Command Strip. Do I want to install one of the lamps now or later while you eat? Now? Maya is about to get hired on the Aaliyah Simone Productions team because she working the hell out this gimbal. She's never worked a gimbal in her life. I don't know if that says anything about Maya or the gimbal that I'm using, that it's very beginner friendly. I'm gonna say it's a mix of both. Aaliyah's directorial debut, and it's for a Naked ad. And she's starring, directing, well, you're technically directing, starring, producing, writing, co-directing, sound design, set design. I'm the whole design. My teeth gold. We just finished filming the gimbal parts. Now we have to go change clothes, first of all, and then second of all, do some more scenes. I guess the foliage is pretty, so I guess it's like worth it. I don't know. Depends on who's asking. We are at our second location right now at Coco and the Director. I wanted to stop, one, to get a hot drink because it's cold, and two, I had to change clothes. So I went ahead and changed my entire outfit back into what I was really originally wearing today. Something with legal and having like the same drink out for hours on end just wasn't like sitting right with them. And then I also got a cheese Danish as like a "you're doing great, sweetie." I shot, edited, and submitted my Naked Smoothie video all in one day, and honestly it came out amazing, and my team gave me my flowers. So shout out to Sal for saying that this came out great, because I agree. I thought since I finished in such a timely manner, now would be the perfect time to reward myself by putting up my new paper lantern in my living room. What do you think? Should we? I think we should. Let's do it. Kicking the feet up under my paper lantern with Cashew. Is it not so cozy in here? I love it. And that's not even including like the lights behind the TV. Like it's so nice. It looks so good in here. I love it. It's like a little sun. Did you even think that there were lights up there? Because there is. Further pushing that small light agenda. Are we gonna count this as a ceiling light? I don't wanna. It's too nice to be a ceiling light. I don't know. Anyway, let's go put on some outlet covers. Never do anything with gold because gold is my least favorite metal. You rarely ever see me wear gold. I usually do chrome accents because I prefer silver. I'll even do like black metal over gold half the time. Good morning, sunshines. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. Today we are putting up curtain rods for curtains that I have coming today and later this week. We're changing some shower heads in my guest bathroom. Just not really exciting stuff, but you know, it's still happening. The most exciting thing is I have bangs now. We did the curly cut, we cut bangs, so I have kind of a new hair shape now that's a lot more even and a lot more manageable compared to what it was before, because like on this side it was longer because the curl pattern was looser, and then over here it was tighter, but they were the same length when it was straight, but I never wore my hair straight. Kind of just doing what was best for my hair health and shape, and I am in fact still recovering from the actual worst trim of my life. So really just getting my hair back to its rounded shape prior to that awful trim that I got. Was that almost 2 years ago now? I think it was almost 2 years ago. Literally my hair went from being super full, voluminous, rounded, naturally, like that's just how it was shaped naturally, that's how it grew out, to looking literally chopped and screwed. I can't do anything about it now except take care of my hair and grow it out myself. So this is like my first first step into actually being excited about growing out my hair with my new shape. So that being said, I have to go into Home Depot for 2 things: floating shelves and wall anchors. That's pretty much it that we're gonna get while we're here. So I'm currently looking for some floating shelves to put in the podcast room. This is more of the color I was looking for. 24-inch wood shelf. Where's the hole? What the hell? Oh, you have to get the systems like that for it. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. You know what's cute? It's fun. It's just a little orange. Like, why is it orange?
It matches the color
See, that's what I'm thinking.
and the panel.
Exactly. Because it definitely is not supposed to be that orange. But I don't hate the orange. That's the thing. I think it actually is kind of cute. Like you said, it matches. My house is currently in disarray, so I thought we could clean it up a little bit. I usually am a lot better with cleaning up my space, but the past couple days / week, so 5 days work week, I have been working for 13 to 16 hours a day. I have not had time to clean up my house. Not everything is gonna be perfectly put away, but I just want the clutter in the kitchen and the living room to kind of go away. So that's gonna be the priority for today. I'm on here and say thank you to Dash who sent me this, because I literally, like, I'm about to cry. Like, I'm over here thinking, like, wow, this is a big box for just a mug, because somebody had told me that they were sending me a mug a few weeks back, and the fact that they sent me 2 shirts, a hoodie, a mug, and a literal encyclopedia of the Spider-Man world and universe, because they know I'm getting into comics, so it helps with the characters. Literally, thank you so much. Like, oh no, like, it's tears. Like, you did not have to do that. Thank you. I've been talking about starting a podcast literally for so long at this point, hence the reason we did this room. And honestly, just based on how this looks right now, I think it looks absolutely beautiful. Everything kind of has to fall apart for it to come together when you have a house, and this room definitely, considering where it started, has come a long way. If you remember that point in time where this was just a storage room, it's crazy how much it has changed over the span of like less than a week. It's odd, almost a little weird how much it's changed. I don't know. It's gorgeous though. I love it. I think the last couple things that I want to do for this room is get something to put underneath my photo over here, just because it feels like big gaping open wall. I really like when things are filled up to the point where it feels lived in. I ordered 2 little shelves. The 3rd piece of it is not in stock, so I'm gonna wait till it gets in stock. So when we go later, we're gonna get 2 shelves and 2 little cubicle things that are like modular. And just when I thought this room couldn't get any better, I put my own personal touch on it. So let's do a tour, why don't we? The Amazing Spider-Man comic book cover. This is from At Home. I want to fill it up some more, but for right now, we have Nostalgia Ultra, this Jungle album, Katara, Michael Jackson, and a Smitsky. And also up here, we have my Channel Orange CD, another Smitsky, Beyonce Lemonade. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to clean up this bookshelf in the next probably 15-20 minutes. We're going to organize this shelf. We're going to get it together, at least start the process, because how is this room so gorgeous and amazing and wonderful, and then we have this? It just doesn't make no type of sense. I just dropped my younger sister off at home, and now it is the time to tackle the thing I have been looking the least forward to since this video started. Y'all know I'm terrible with my laundry, and I feel like I only ever really feel like doing it when, sadly, I'm documenting it because it holds me accountable. This stuff just has to be folded and put away. Whatever gets us going, right? Have a good one. Thank you. The electrician just left from switching out my USB ports. Let me show you what they look like now. I now have 7 of these outlets with 2 USB-Cs, 1 USB, and 2 regular plugs. I have 2 within my bedroom on both sides of the bed, 1 in my guest room, and then I also have 2 in my office because I literally plug in stuff all the time down there. So I don't know why they don't build houses with those. I guess it's because they're stingy and want to save money. But either way, I have them now and I'm really happy. This was actually my first time using TaskRabbit and I actually really liked it because it was super last minute. I literally booked the appointment last night at like 9 o'clock after I realized I should probably not be playing in these outlets, literally playing in these people's outlets. And when I say people's, I mean me. It was a really nice service. The guy was really nice. He told me if I ever need anything else, save his number and he'll come do it. He could do the fans, changing of lights, whoop-de-doo. Whenever my dad can't or he doesn't feel like it, I now have backup. I started taking down my decor in my office and my kitchen because the painters come tomorrow to paint both. I'm not gonna say what they're doing, but they are doing a special style of paint that I've been wanting for the kitchen for a really long time. I literally just took everything down that I think would be in the way. I left my matcha stand, my coffee stand, my alarm system and all that and home pod stuff over there because if they don't need me to take it down, I'm gonna leave those just because those are a little bit more intricate to move in terms of finding like plugs and stuff. I moved my fireplace from right here. Literally my bar cart and fireplace are in the middle of the room and the Echo was back in the room. So that's like fun, I guess. Oh my gosh, it comes pre-built. Yay! About a week ago, I ended up ordering this tiny little nightstand slash side table to put in the living room. I feel like it's just a little too small for down here. It looks so good behind me. I love when everything just works out how I want. It's been a few days since I spoke to you, but my paint job is in fact done in the kitchen and the office. Let's go ahead and head downstairs to look at what the office looks like painted. Are you excited? I'm excited for you. Oh my goodness. The whole process took about a day and a half in terms of prepping, setting up, painting, and I did not do these paint jobs. I hired the same company who did my kitchen cabinets to do these paint jobs. This is my lime wash office. This is my office space. You guys don't see it that much because I really don't like my office and how I decorated it. It definitely gave. I just moved in. Let's get this moving series continued and going. So let's just throw up any type of furniture I can get my hands on without thinking about what the space is actually for. No paying attention to feng shui. So really just kind of doing anything. And that doesn't even sound like something I would do. So you could probably see why I don't work down here most of the time. We have green cabinets, green bathroom, and now green office. Clearly green has some meaning to me. Not only it being my favorite color. Green is just one of those colors where I feel very serene when I'm around it, which is why I did my kitchen that color. I did the half bath that color because that was the first time experimenting with colors other than like beige and gray. That was like its own little thing. When I'm moving the furniture back to where it was and actually planning out what I want my office to look like and what I want it to have. When we do our homeowner diaries next year, hopefully I will be getting some better furniture, getting a little creative with what I have, or completely scrapping what I have right now and starting from scratch. I wanted to show the office to you first because the kitchen actually did not come out how I wanted. I picked a very certain color for the lime washing because I'm used to picking colors that are lighter because due to lighting, paint usually dries a little bit darker than when it goes on. Even in my office, when it first got painted, that much undertone green that you saw or that you can visually see while you're in the house wasn't there. Like it literally just looked like a flat green wall. It was one of those things where I was like, okay, you have to trust the process. So after about a day and a half went by after they finished the office, it really came to and the color really popped out, the texture popped out, which is what I wanted. When I finished doing the kitchen yesterday, I was like, okay, I can see some gray, like it's gonna get darker. In here, this one actually got lighter than the way it was applied to the point where it looks like they didn't even paint. And I came up here and I was like, am I gaslighting myself or do I not see anything? Like, is it not giving lime wash, you know? It has nothing to do with the quality of the paint job or the company. It really has to do with the color. So I think when it comes to painting in here, at least the kitchen, I think this is the one room in the house that I think I can go darker. Because I spent money on them coming and painting, I was told that I should have them come reevaluate, see what we can do to change the color so I'm a little bit bit more happy with it, just because it literally doesn't look lime washed at all. And the whole point for them to come was for it to be lime washed. And like I said, it has nothing to do with the company. It really just depends on how it reflects in the house. And then in this room, any light color is going to look a lot lighter because of the amount of sun, and I didn't take that into consideration when I was picking my color, so that's my fault, truly. So I'm gonna reach out to them, see what happens. I'm pretty sure I'll have an update for y'all in terms of these walls during Vlogmas, just because this isn't something that I want to drag on any longer. We kind of did like the big project of the house, which was getting the office painted, the podcast room, and then getting the kitchen painted. The kitchen paint is gonna take a little bit longer, so it technically did get painted, but now it has to get fixed. So we'll see what we have to do about that one. Like little story time. Before I picked Craftworks, I didn't even know they could do lime wash painting. I was looking on Google. Had the guy come out, the estimates, whatever he's measuring. We're doing little small talk, talking about our dogs, like just really small talk that you do with somebody that's literally in your house. So it went fine. He made a little remark about how he didn't live far, but I didn't think much of it at all, if not enough. A few days pass and he goes ahead and says he emailed me my quote. I'm sitting here like, okay, wonderful. It doesn't work. So I respond to the email saying it doesn't work, so he texts me saying that's interesting, I don't know why. And after that, I am pretty sure that either I forgot to respond saying if it worked or not, or if I did. But at the end of the day, I wanted to keep everything in the email because my phone number is my personal phone number that I use when it comes to that, because it's literally stuff from my home. I wouldn't use my personal phone number, whatever. So I get a text 3-ish days later, 2-3 days later. I'm thinking he's about to follow up about the estimate, make sure I saw it, which I didn't. He proceeds to say, this is and I just wanted to tell you, if you do decide to get a membership at down the street, let me know and maybe we could work out together sometime. I'm also down to grab a coffee or anything if you ever feel called, ? As I mentioned, I just moved here from California and don't know too many people. Since we live close to one another, we could possibly be friends. Anyway, there's an open invitation, winky face emoji. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I immediately get this message. I don't freak out. I don't bug out, my dumbass. I'm over here worried about who's gonna paint my house now because I don't want this guy to do it. One of my closest friends says, girl, he knows where you stay. That's a violation of privacy and you shouldn't feel uncomfortable in your own home. And I'm like, right, I agree. I didn't think about that. I tell close family, my younger sister and my cousin, and they both said, girl, he used company policy and inquiries for personal gain. Another red flag. Okay, that is weird. Like, you should never do that under any circumstance. Right. I also talked to one of my friends slash associates slash mutual. This matters to the story because he is majoring in cybersecurity. So when it comes to security of the cybernet and anything that involves tech, he is on it, babes. Okay. I sent him, I was like, wow, like, isn't this weird? Like, I'm not thinking much of it. And he's like, girl, the link didn't work and he's doing all this. Red flag after red flag after red flag. I'm like, oh, that's not. Now you lost a customer. Now you lost a customer. Now everybody's upset. I bring this up to say that was my first ever time where I had a somewhat hiccup when it comes to hiring somebody for help. I was over here worried about, oh my goodness, somebody can't paint anymore. And also like, this is really weird that he would do this, because now if I turn you down, it's gonna be weird that I don't want to be friends with you, even though you haven't really done anything directly to make me not feel like I could be friends with you. But like, I don't really want to be friends with you because we're 2 different age ranges, and 2, why are you using the fact that we live close to each other as a reason? Like, you know, it's just like there are several things that just made me be like, okay, like no. And also, why would I want to be friends with a grown-ass man? That was the first and hopefully the last time that anybody has ever done any shit like that to me in my home. So with all that being said, that is going to conclude this last homeowner diaries of 2025. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. I asked my cousins over on Instagram and like our little community tab how often they want me to post the homeowner diaries. Most of the votes went to about once a month, so I'm so excited to do these about once a month to showcase what I'm cooking, baking, grocery shopping, changes in the home, big or small, because these are really fun videos for me and I love sharing my home journey, even if it's not about renovating and changing and painting and doing a bunch of stuff. But at the end of the day, this series for me is to showcase the progression of how I made my house into my home, and it kind of tells a story if you look at all the playlists. Let me know what you guys want to see in the homeowner diaries next year. I'm really excited to get that series up and running. And with that being said, we officially have reached the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I cannot wait to see you again on the next video, and I hope you have an amazing morning, evening, or night, or wherever you are in the world, and I will see you later. Bye guys.